Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is officially the last day of Everyday May. I'm filming this early because when this video goes live, I will be on a plane on my way to my best friend's wedding in St. Louis. I'm so excited for Kendall. KJ, if you're watching this after the fact, congrats, you're married, yay. And yeah, so I wanted to kind of sit down and close everything out with you guys. I normally do favorites on the blog because I've only really been doing 4 videos a month on this channel, but obviously this month we've got a lot more videos. So I wanted to sit down and chat through all of my favorites with you guys. There's a post on the blog today talking about everything I learned from doing Everyday May. And I also just wanted to mention, if you let me know what you guys want to see. If you've seen certain things over the last month that are your favorites, make sure you're liking those videos. Throw it in the comments below. Let me know what content you really enjoy and want to see more of from me. I've definitely got some traveling coming up. I definitely want to do a few more food related things. I'm trying to figure out how to film that in the setting that I'm in right now. If you want to see more beauty, let me know. Today I have favorites that are, as for me, per usual, all over the range. So I have a list on my phone. And of course, I'll go through all the things that I can't like physically show you, and then I'll kind of walk through the list of everything that's next to me. So let's get into it. So first things first, because I just made this and I really want to take a sip of it, is my Nespresso. I've had this Nespresso machine for 6 years, so it is going strong. Definitely well worth the investment. I have like one of the older ones that have the baby pods, not the new ones where you can like swap in and out the different pods that either make espresso or coffee. And I recently repurchased from the Nespresso brand. I purchased a like off-brand version of the pods from Highline, and those are great and they're organic. And if that's like, you know, they have amazing customer service. I've done a full review of them on the blog. I really like them, but just for the sake of trying it again, I decided to order from the Nespresso brand, and I've really been enjoying it. Like, it's become such a part of my morning routine again, and I really love that. I like the vanilla and the caramel ones the best. I have a little drawer thing beneath, so I've set out a certain amount, and I want to make sure that I'm like working my way through, because I got a big variety box because I wanted to try a bunch of different flavors again, and some of them are really strong and they're not necessarily my faves, but I have been loving and enjoying my Nespresso machine and using it every single day. I haven't been doing French press. This has been like my go-to. All right, we have a snack and I'm gonna try to figure out how to work through this. I think I might have to set some stuff around, or I might just kind of go through it as I see things. So we'll go through clothes first. These guys, they were supposed to come, it was one of those times where you pay for the extra shipping and they still don't get here in time. They are my Sam Edelman, however you want to say them, slides. This is like one of my favorite colors for shoes in general, so I wear this color quite a bit. But I bought these guys. I love these guys. I gravitate towards these when I want something that's a little bit more than my Tory sandals, but I also wear those a ton. But they're really comfy. They pretty much go with everything, and they were definitely one of those things that, and I had that feeling where I kept putting it off and I kept being like, do I want these, do I not want these? And I waited and I waited, and then I finally was just like, screw it, and I bought them. And they've been well loved and well used ever since. I packed kind of my staples for when I went out of town last weekend, and it was literally like this color but in wedges: my espadrilles, my sandals, my heeled sandals, and these guys. So that is like my favorite color. That's just my go-to. I love that like luggage brown look, and I would highly recommend these shoes. I got some of the they're kind of like the dupe for the Gucci sliders a while ago, and I don't necessarily love the way they sit on my foot, but I love these. They're my absolute favorites, and I saw them on a couple of people, which kind of sparked it originally, and now I'm just obsessed. I got these jeans from J.Crew. Now I'm gonna pop a picture of these. Either if I have a picture of me in them, I'll pop that up. If not, I'll pop a picture of the model. But I grabbed them so I could kind of talk you through them. J.Crew makes my favorite jeans. I'm somebody who's a smaller waist and bigger hips, and I definitely have a butt. I've accepted that in life. It's fine. But getting my portions right, getting jeans that fit me right, getting jeans that kind of stretch and are comfortable. I've accepted the fate of being petite in some jeans, and that just means that they cut really great on me. And I've gone down a size in my jeans with J. Crew, which is also fab. But I bought a couple of pairs, I guess 2 years ago. When I was working in film, I would always buy not as expensive pairs of jeans because there was always chances that they were going to get messed up on set when there's fake blood around and you're on sets where they're staining the ground and you just never knew. So I didn't really invest in all of my clothes unless it was my shoes, because I didn't want to have to worry about ruining them. So I bought jeans from J. Crew a couple of years ago and I really loved them. They're my favorites. I like the high-waisted ones. They have like a 8-inch or a 9-inch. I prefer the 9-inch ones because they just cut me better. I just like the way that they sit on me. But the jeans that I fell in love with and actually bought more than one pair of because I wore them so much, they don't sell anymore. So I got these guys instead because I wanted something that had a little bit of the ripped, it has a ripped knee and a little distressed bottom, and they're seriously my favorites. I wear them all the flipping time. I am kind of surprised that they're actually like clean because they were in the wash for once. But yeah, I am wholeheartedly obsessed with those shoes. Jeans. If you have trouble finding jeans that you really like and fit you really well, I would highly recommend checking out J. Crew's jeans. They're just some of my favorites. But definitely like keep your eye on it because you can pretty much always get them on sale. I try to like never actually pay full price for them because there's normally some kind of sale going on. I've learned over the past couple of years who to kind of expect sales from, and J. Crew is one of those. Because it's on the floor and it's hot because I just did my hair. This guy, my T3, I'm going to do a full like review and show you 3 different looks with the different ones. This guy has been my favorite. I've been really kind of loving and enjoying it and learning different ways to curl my hair with it. It's an interchangeable set, so like you get the bottom, but you could buy, if you wanted the curling wand or the curling iron, you can get the different parts to use on that. So at some point I feel like I might buy one of the curling wand bits because that's just so great for travel, because then you have so many options with one guy and you're not packing 17 tools. So I really enjoyed it. I had been curling my hair with a 1.5 inch. I did it with a 1 inch again today, and I'm really loving the way that my hair turned out. If you want to see what all the products I used on this, I'm going to talk about some of them right now, but I also have that video up as well. And it's just kind of my overview of all the Kirsten S products that I love and use currently. So I'm going to go through this stack over here in no particular order, and then I'm going to, do the thing where I go back through my phone and make sure I didn't miss anything. This guy isn't necessarily like new to my collection, it's just new to me using it. Now I will say, because of the way that my white background is when I film, because I film with natural light, it definitely washes me out. So if you saw me in person right now, I look a lot tanner, but that's also why I put a lot more like bronzer on my face, because when I film I look like I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost. So I really love this Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I've had it for a while, I mentioned it before, but it's quite pale for how I've been wearing my makeup lately. So I decided to mix some of my By Terry CC serum in it the other day, and it really just kind of warmed everything up. It was super simple, but it just gave me a bit more of a glow. It was really easy to use, and I really have been loving this combo right here. So along the lines of that makeup favorite, that's been kind of my like combo of the last few days. If you saw my like acne covering routine, you'll know that I've been reaching for this foundation. I've actually just been reaching for my foundations again in general. I don't really know why I kind of got away from that. I've definitely just been playing through my makeup stash. I did the clean out at the beginning of the month, and so I've been having a lot of fun just kind of mixing and matching and playing with what I have. I think that if you want to save money, you don't want to spend money and buy more new things, it's really great to kind of shop your stash and play with what you got. Now if you've been watching me for most of the month, if you've been watching me in general lately, you'll know that this palette will not surprise you that this is here. It's my Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this guy. I've been doing, today's the first day I actually haven't done my makeup with this guy in a while, simply because, like I said, I'm playing with different looks to kind of see what I need to pack for this weekend and what I might want to do. But I really enjoy this palette. It's been so great. I've been loving and using it. I think that's like the only color I haven't really dipped into, but If you guys want to see tutorials with this, I can do my version of it. It's not going to be anybody else's, and I'm definitely not like the world's best makeup person, but I do what works for me. So I love that palette. I definitely think that if you are considering investing in a palette, the eyeshadows are so creamy and they blend so well and they wear so well, and I am just wholeheartedly obsessed with that palette. Through skincare real quick, and then we'll kind of jump over to food. I'm going through the table here. So if you saw my nightly skincare routine, I mentioned these guys. This we know that I've only had for like a week or so, but it's my clarifying cleanser from Tata Harper. I'm obsessed with this guy. It just, my skin feels so great. I didn't realize how much it just needed that change. And if your skin is really feeling kind of dry and tight, I would definitely look into trying a different cleanser. Using that one has been just fabulous on my skin. I will say that like my skin really freaked out like 2 weeks ago, and part of that was dietary changes, and I have made some of those, and I'll talk about them in a minute. But this guy, along with my Alpha H Liquid Gold with glycolic acid, this is the current acid that I'm using right now. Again, I got that Cult Beauty box from with the Lydia Elise Millen pair, and this came in it, but I have been hearing great things about this for a while, so I've really been enjoying using this. I use it every other day, and I can definitely see a difference when I do. To kind of tie in with that skincare though, one of the things that I've been loving, I've been in and out of town every other weekend this month, which I tend to be one of those people where it's either like I'm not traveling or I'm like super busy all the time, and that's the phase that we're in. But this, if you've seen my like packing setup, I'm not going to go through this because I've gone through this multiple times, but my like packing system has honestly just saved me so much this month. Creating that, establishing that, just having it has made a lot, like I've been prepared, like I've been making this for months, and I've kind of tailored it to myself and what I need. And I think I'm gonna do a blog post on kind of how to make one for yourself, but just having that system in place has saved me so much stress and time this month, because I'm not looking for hundreds of things or like just having to rip everything out and put everything back in. It's very easy for me to kind of grab and top up things or double check things and then pack it and go. It's literally been the saving grace, because I've already for the most part got those things in there that I would forget about, and then I get there and I just have my full system. I don't have to worry about it. It's one of those things that makes traveling feel like you're at home. So I love my packing setup. I've talked about how to pack in like 30 minutes or less a couple of times. I'll link a few of my like packing blog posts in the description box below, but I am gonna do one that's kind of dedicated on how I set it up, how to set it up for you, and what I've kind of learned in the process of using it more and more, particularly since I have been flying a lot more lately, and I know that I'll be flying more throughout the rest of the year. I really have enjoyed kind of having that and figuring out what works better, like what I should just pack a full product of, or what I need to decant, or what I should get the mini version of. So figuring that out for myself and kind of making that system has been a headache saver, life saver. Love it. Finishing off the beauty, if you haven't heard me talk about these guys, I think this will be the third or fourth video I've mentioned them in, so we're gonna go over them briefly. Kristen S shampoo and conditioner. Love, love, love these guys. Have been a game changer. I love that they're super affordable. I think that's a great option, and they're readily available. So if you're wanting something that you can get for $10 or less and don't have to spend insane amounts of money and makes your hair look really great, I would recommend them. I use the conditioner today. It's a purple shampoo day, so I use that. I will try their purple shampoo next once I run out of mine, but the shampoo and conditioner, actually pretty much all of Kristen's products, are my favorites. Kind of gone through the list of everything that I can physically show you. I have one more thing, and then we're gonna kind of talk more lifestyle and diet. So I won't say that this like full cookbook is my favorite, because I haven't cooked enough from it to say that, but I will say, so fully raw diet, I had been planning to do like a full week as a raw vegan for a blog post, a video. I hadn't really decided, but personally I really like cooked food. That's just a thing for me. Warm food is a thing. But I have been making juice recipes from her book, and that is where this comes in. They are my absolute favorites. I've been loving all of the juices that I've made from this, I've been trying to start my day with them, and I haven't actually had a juice yet today, so that's gonna have to happen soon. But that's been kind of part of my morning routine. Having that and then having my protein balls with my Nespresso has been just where I'm at with everything, and I've been really loving it. Along with that, I've kind of gone more plant-based again. I don't ever want to put that title on myself and say that I'm vegan again or I'm plant-based again, because the moment you do that, the moment you kind of invite people to attack you when you like try something new. But I will say, I just kind of felt like it was something I needed to do, and the whole reason that I kind of veered off that path before was because I was looking to make changes, kind of get my teeth back on track and get my hormones back on track, and was kind of adapting to other stuff. But some of those things, in all honesty, haven't changed the way that I wanted them to. And I just know, knowing my body and knowing how it works, I know that it takes my body longer to process animal proteins. So dairy free is not anything new for me. I haven't had red meat in like 5 or 6 years. I haven't had pork, so the only things that I was really eating were chicken and fish and eggs. And I still want to stay a bit more grain free, but I will say that I've been eating more plant-based over the past week, and so juices are part of that, but just eating plant-based again, and I really like, I didn't realize how much I missed it. It was getting like FOMO from other people eating plant-based, and I just felt so much more inspired and so much happier, and I've really been in the kitchen cooking and trying new things again. And there are certain things you'll see my supplement video this week, and there are certain things that don't make me fully plant-based, and that's why I'm not going to say that I'm fully plant-based again, because I think that it's going to be one of those things where I'm probably about 95% plant-based, and if I feel like my body is craving something or I need something, I'll make room for that in my diet. But for the most part, I'm just happy eating a pretty heavily plant-based diet, and you know, that's what works for me. I was chatting with somebody the other day about blood type diets, and according to my blood type, that's not even at all what I should be eating. That's not what I've gravitated towards, but my mom has told me that even as a young kid, that was kind of like my choice, to be more plant-based. So I'm still kind of gearing back towards that way. My digestion, I just feel lighter. I feel like everything is really processing very well, and I'm gonna keep tweaking and making those adjustments, but I've really been enjoying that. I have gluten sensitivity. I don't have celiacs, but I do have a gluten sensitivity, and I can see the way that my skin and my body reacts when I do eat that. So having that a few weeks ago, because I just decided to be like, what the heck, and have gluten. And I was like, as my friend and I joke about gluten, it's like one thing to have it like kind of interact with something, it's another thing to straight up eat bread, and I ate bread. So that was one choice that I'd made. So kind of getting back to not having gluten and kind of really sticking to my refined sugar free, I can just see how my skin and body are interacting and how they are different, and my goal is to really kind of rein that in and maintain that, you know, kind of honor myself in that choice. So I definitely have been making those plant-based decisions, along with kind of being a bit more gluten-free, as I always should be, and refined sugar-free. And Deliciously Ella is a good source for that if that's like something you're really wanting to look into. Things on my list, actually, it's just one, and it's yoga again. I really wanted to try to work my little heart through Kayla Itzein's like bikini body guide. I've tried it for forever. Every time I try it, I hate it. Like, and I think it's more so that it would be different if I had like my consistent and I just kind of popped it in, but when I like stick out to do that as my like full-on workout, I just end up not enjoying it. It's not something I like seek out to do and find relaxing and meeting the needs of what I want from a workout routine. I do want to do it. It's still a goal of mine to make that happen. But with that said, I kind of have gotten back into yoga again. If you haven't seen yet, it'll be linked in the bottom of this, like in the description box below, but you'll also see it for like all of June. We're doing 30 days of yoga for June, and that's part of why, because I've just been doing it again and really loving it. I just love how centered I feel, how calm I feel. I've got a blog post kind of coming up on my creative energy and how to kind of figure out how to balance that, and I've learned a lot about that in the last month and just what I need to make that work. But for me, yoga is just one of those things. Like yoga and running, those are like, I know that those are very cliche, and I definitely at some point would love to be able to add in some other things as my budget allows it, as I find a gym that really works for that. I definitely would love to add in some weight training and other things just because I think they're good for you and they work really well. But learning what my body responds to, and I know personally, like, I just feel so much better when I'm doing yoga regularly. So yoga is definitely a favorite from this month. Again, I'm using the Sweat by Kayla app, along with, I've done a couple of Yoga by Adriene videos, or Yoga with Adriene. I think it's Yoga with Adriene. And then the Yoga Studio app I've had on my phone for flipping forever, and every time I go in there they change something, so I don't know if there's like a membership required or what now, because honestly I've literally had this app on my phone for years. So I'm super happy with yoga. I'm really glad to kind of be getting back into that. I actually ordered a travel mat because once you invest in a nicer yoga mat and you try to use a different one again, it's just not the same. A lot of the super affordable ones are not as grippy on your feet, so if you find that that's a struggle and you really are doing yoga regularly, I would highly recommend investing in a yoga mat personally. I went back and tried to use my like cheaper, more affordable one that's in my car a couple months ago, and I hated it. I lasted about 3 minutes on it before I ditched it and just did yoga on the floor. So, but yeah, as always, I'm rambling for a really long time. It's probably gonna be a 20-minute video. Story of my life. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for Everyday May. I'm so glad that I did it. I think partially just to be able to say that I actually did it. I've seen some other people who've done it or who have started Everyday May and haven't quite finished it. So just for my own sake, to be able to like finish has been awesome. There will be a new video on Sunday. I kind of debated that, and right now what you see of my bedding, this is not legit. This will change. This should change tomorrow. I'm hoping and praying that everything new that I ordered from the West Elm sale comes in. I've been wanting new bedding for a while, and there's a few things left to finish in my room, and then I'm gonna give you guys like a tour and talk you through how I made the changes and how I did it affordably, and just what I've noticed in the atmosphere, all the bedroom stuff. So yeah, but I'm so glad that I did Everyday May. There's a whole playlist for everything Everyday May, and then I also have everything kind of divided in sections. So like if you would go to the blog and click on wellness, there's a wellness playlist down below. So if you have something specific, a topic that you're looking for, I try to tag those. And again, let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you're really looking to see more of, you want to know more about. I would be happy to make those videos for you guys. I think we're gonna do a Sunday upload schedule. I think I'm gonna keep with a one a week. I'm kind of contemplating adding Wednesdays back in. We'll see how that goes. I took Wednesdays away because I really wanted to kind of hone in and focus on what I was doing with content. I never really want to put content out for the sake of putting content out, but ideally what I think I might try to do is have Sunday as maybe a sit down video and Wednesday as a vlog. We'll see. That's kind of gonna play it by ear. I'm not 100% sure how that's gonna go, but for now you're still gonna get Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday posts on the blog, and Sunday, potentially Wednesday videos on my channel. So yeah, if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you click that button, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up because it shows my channel lots of love and support. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I won't see you in tomorrow's video, but I will see you on Sunday. Bye guys.